Hello and welcome back to another episode of the BlockHash Podcast. We have another great episode for you today. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and follow wherever you are tuning in. Hold tight for just a second as we play a quick advertisement and countdown video while we wait for everyone to join. Thank you, and we hope that you enjoy the episode.
What's up, guys? Good afternoon. Welcome back to another episode of BlockHash Exploring the Blockchain, episode 324. Today, we have George, the founder of Wert. Before we jump in and start talking about it, we'd love to learn a bit more about you and yourself as well. So what have you done in the space prior to Wert and in the blockchain industry? Is this like your first go at it, or have you been around for a while?
I've been around for a while. I'm in industry since 2013. I had my previous company out of the UK called CryptoPay. It's still up and running, one of the oldest Bitcoin wallet exchange and a prepaid card issuer. And I've been doing crypto since then. I've even started a bit earlier, 2012. We were mining Bitcoins, Litecoins, everything. And then decided to do venture, like a startup, not just to earn money, rather than to build something. And we were very excited. In 2020, I've decided to part my ways with my old company and do something else, which is Wert. I'm very excited about all the Web3 stuff.
Absolutely. Tell me a bit more about Wert as well. Give me a bit of an overview of how it performs and functions and maybe what goal you guys are trying to achieve with it.
Sure. The goals and functions are straightforward for the consumer. We sell to businesses, so they integrate our solution. But the end result is that on a website, there is a button that says, buy crypto or buy NFT or pay with card. And upon clicking, there is a model window or an iframe that gives the customer an ability to buy ETH or any other underlying crypto, or buy an NFT directly from the smart contract. So it can work as an on-ramp to the wallet, like a wallet top-up feature. So we also work with non-custodian wallets, and it looks like the consumers are just topping up their wallets. But it also has the NFT checkout functionality, so the consumer can go from a credit card directly to any smart contract, and as a result, get an NFT to their wallet. That's how it looks from the consumer perspective. So the goal was, we started out just as an on-ramp, so people can buy cryptocurrency. It was started in 2020, and at that time I've already understood that kind of if everything is headed toward non-custodial way, like everything is enabled through smart contracts on Ethereum, everything is automated. The custody element is gone. So operating a custody wallet is a thing of the past. So everybody will need a buy crypto thing as a service. So we started out like that, but eventually what we saw is that the number one use case for crypto is payments and investments. So people buy crypto and expect the value to appreciate, but there are other use cases, and we saw that more and more cryptocurrency is used as a transactional mechanism. So you buy crypto in order to buy something else, like you buy crypto to trade on a DEX, you buy crypto to buy NFT, or you buy crypto to deposit to liquidity pool. So buying cryptocurrency is kind of like a preliminary step or transitory step. And we thought that it would be nice if we can automate that. So automate buying and sending crypto to a smart contract to facilitate the purchase of the NFT. So the end goal was to reduce the friction, not of buying cryptocurrency, but of buying the second line, like the final good, which is sold for this cryptocurrency.
Got it. So could this be designed for a traditional like e-commerce business as well, or is this mostly focused on like the Web3 industry and being able to allow them to transact that way?
So this is specifically for Web3 industry.
Okay.
This is the nature of our business is allowing the consumers to buy Web3 assets, because if they want to buy normal assets on eBay or Amazon, they use other payment methods and other payment platforms.
Got it. Tell me more about the NFT checkout. I was looking into that and it was very fascinating. Being able to kind of like bypass not having to go to a centralized platform to buy an NFT, but being able to do it directly to your following, your audience, your customer. It seems like a really cool use case. Can you explain that a bit more in detail as well?
Yeah, sure. So in 2020, we saw that there's another use case of buying cryptocurrency. People are buying ETH to buy an NFT. And I had buddies at Variable at that time, and they've said that they want a payment provider to go directly into a smart contract. So we created a system where a consumer pays with a card, but the payment goes into the smart contract with all the required input data. And in a very clever way, the consumer gets the NFT directly to their wallet from the marketplace's smart contract. And it seemed like a cool feature. And at that time, nobody was doing that. And NFTs were not that big. It was end of 2020, before the hype. So we released that thing in March 2021. We went live with the first NFT client and marketplace called Mintable. They were our first client, and they were the first non-custodian and decentralized NFT marketplace with credit card purchasing option. Yeah, so it works like a payment module or a payment button that marketplaces can embed into their websites, as I've described, through an iframe or a model window. And basically, they have to do one request to enable the payment flow. And their consumer can do the checkout, enter their credit card details, their basic details, and get the NFT. The cool thing about it is that there's like many small things that makes it different, like the huge limits and great UI and exceptional KYC or no KYC pass rate. But one thing is that we process through one of the biggest payment providers in the world called WorldPay, and we were the first NFT client for them. And they're processing us through a different, it's called merchant category code. So we're not a crypto merchant, we're an NFT merchant, meaning that all the payments are treated by the card networks like normal payment transactions, like you're buying on Apple Store in-game assets, I don't know, points or something in-game, right. Like a normal thing, not crypto at all. So that allows around all the transactions to go through. Banks don't block those transactions because of high risk, as it happens with crypto. So yeah, that's what we do.
Nice. I noticed some other features as well associated with the NFT checkout around helping a customer create a wallet. So wallet creation, as well as NFT insurance. Do you want to kind of explain some of those things that also kind of plug into it?
Yeah, so there are two products are in works. The insurance going to be announced and released most probably next week prior to NFT NYC. The wallet creation is in progress and will be released after that. So I'll start with the wallet creation. It's easy. It allows the consumer to do the checkout without a wallet. So anybody without crypto and without NFT, sorry, anybody without crypto and without a wallet can buy an NFT. And on the background, we're going to create a non-custodian wallet for the consumer. And after the purchase, they will have the freedom either to use that as a wallet or to withdraw that NFT to their own wallet or to export the private keys to a wallet of their choice. It's not intended to be as a standalone wallet service, rather than as a transitory mechanism for the consumers to have this first NFT purchased, and then they get onboarded into the whole Web3 thing through wallets. And the second thing, which is going to be announced next week, is we call it a warranty. But it's going to change the wording, and it protects the consumer against hacks of smart contracts that of underlying NFT contracts. So you remember Axie Infinity hack, and this is the case that we're kind of providing a warranty against. So imagine you buy an NFT, even if it's not super expensive, you don't want to lose it, right? And you wake up one day, you open your wallet, and there's no NFT there. Or instead of NFT, there's some something is wrong, and or you cannot move the NFT, you cannot use it. So we gonna cover that, so we can make a claim and receive 90% of the value.
Nice.
And it's done with a partnership with a normal, like a regulated and licensed insurance provider, but we just don't call it insurance because it's not an insurance, it's a warranty.
Got it. What insurance provider do you use, if you can tell?
It will be public information
Okay.
in a week. So
so you're going to announce it soon. Okay.
Yeah, it's going to announce. It's going to be. It's a Hong Kong insurance. It's a big one, well known in IT space.
Cool. Is this primarily for like a web client, or can this be used in a mobile device potentially with some kind of application?
It can be embedded any way you want. Because what is the payment module? It's basically an iframe that you have to embed. You can embed it into a model window in a pop-up. You can embed it like this way, like when the screen, there's a hole in the screen and there's another website inside. Or you can do it through web view on mobile devices, both iOS and Android. It works seamlessly. The web view, it's really like easy. And if you do WebView, you have native support of Apple Pay. So it's even better.
Nice. How easy is this to set up? Is it something that's kind of plug and play and you can do it in a couple of steps after getting approved? Or do you have to, is there a bit of a technical aspect to it in setting it up?
There's not a lot of technical aspects, to be honest. We've seen clients like Mintable going live in 3 days. There is some technical element because you can change the colors and backgrounds and everything of the payment module, so you can customize it the way you like. Only thing that you cannot customize is fonts, but other than that, everything can be customizable, so you can play around it, and it can take some time. But other than that, it's like a really straightforward one API call thing.
Very cool. Is this something also that's just for companies and startups in the Web3 space, or could this also at some point maybe be for influential individuals or influencers or personalities that want to sell NFTs, or do you guys not want to go that route? It seems like it'd be a good solution.
Yeah, it can work with anybody. I mean, we enable the consumers to buy NFTs. And those NFTs can be issued by anybody, by companies, by individuals, by artists. It doesn't matter. And the only thing is that due to the nature of our business, we need that NFT to be sold on-chain. So we support only on-chain transactions for many, many reasons. But if any celebrity has a website, and on that website they have a NFT that is being sold, and it's done through a smart contract, then can easily integrate our solution. In like, if it's a celebrity, they should have a dev advisor, and enable the purchase of those NFTs. And the good thing about it is that you, as a small collection, or as a celebrity, or as an influencer, do not need to only to rely on big marketplaces for your NFTs to be sold. So you can sell it directly on your website without your audience leaving to OpenSea or other marketplaces. So it's kind of like keeping your audience with you.
Right. I love that part. So like theoretically as a podcast, I could potentially use it integrated into like my website at some point, right? To sell maybe an NFT for the podcast, or some kind of digital collectible. I could see that
Yep.
working.
Yeah. You can do that. It's you can do a whole token gated experience.
Mhm.
There are many smaller projects that do this as a service. Like, you can create a storefront where you sell your NFTs, and then provide certain utility based on the type of the NFT that you sell. And consumer can sign in with MetaMask or with any other Web3 wallet. And depending on what NFT they've purchased, they have different type of the content unlocked.
Got
And
it.
it's free for you.
Mhm.
Like, you don't have to pay anything. I mean, you may pay $50 or something to the service provider that does this NFT storefront, but other than that, it's like, yeah, it's your thing. And that brings you I haven't thought about it. You are one of our ideal clients. Like, that can
Yeah,
bring
man, I could
you
use
as
it.
yeah, that can bring you as a as an influencer, basically, closer to your audience, because creating a payment relationship between you and your audience is something unique, and it's different, and you can craft it in a very special way, the way you want. Yeah, it can be really cool.
Yeah, I've experimented with NFTs quite a few times with my audience, and they really enjoy it. It's just kind of tricky trying to figure out like a good like gateway for them to get access to it. And I've always used like OpenSea or Mintable, and they're great. But I'd love to have it more personalized, right? Come to my website or come into our channel, and maybe there's a link or a place they can go. Kind of building around that experience.
Yes.
So it's really cool. I love the applicability of it. How does compliance factor into this as well? Are there like a bunch of steps that you guys have to follow, or do you have to record certain KYC or AML information? I know they're very picky in the US about it. So I was just kind of curious, like, how do you guys go about navigating that?
Yeah, that's a very good question. Actually, that's my favorite topic, but that's not really interesting in Web3 anymore.
Mhm.
So we have two products. One is NFT Checkout, and one is Crypto Checkout, or Fiat On Ramp. It's called. So those are two separate products, and are treated differently from the compliance perspective. So for the NFT Checkout, the consumer do not need to do the full KYC, like documents upload, whatever. It's something from the past, and it's kind of it breaks all the conversion rates, and it's not really cool. Um, the consumers can buy NFTs up to $5,000 without any identification. They just need to provide first name, last name, date of birth, and credit card details. That's it. For the crypto on ramp part, yes, we do the KYC. We, as everybody else, we do have, though, simplified KYC option, where depending on the transaction amount, we do not ask any document upload as well. So up to $1,000, consumers can buy cryptos without any document upload. But still, we do some compliance and some KYC based on the information that the user provides. We do sanction screenings, politically exposed person screenings, and some other checks that are required.
Got it. Tell me a bit about the crypto side of it too. Is that for people to buy some Bitcoin or Ethereum or crypto at some point if they want to, or to swap tokens? How does that factor in as a product for you guys?
It's just a crypto purchasing tool.
Okay.
So you can buy ETH, Bitcoin, Matic, USDC, whatever, in a non-custodian way as well. So you provide the wallet address upfront, and when there's a successful credit card charge, we send crypto instantaneously. So in that sense, we're never in the custody of client crypto or client money, which makes us agile. And we are kind of like, that's in our DNA. We don't want to store anything that we are not required to store, whether it's money, crypto, or personal information. We just never over collect any data. It's kind of our thing. We also have something in the pipeline for DeFi's, but I'll talk about it later.
Okay. This kind of follows up, I think, back with the NFT checkout, maybe a little bit more than the crypto side of it. But do you guys have like a transaction? If I had this set up and I was selling an NFT and they bought the NFT, like OpenSea would say, oh, you pay 2.5%, you pay 2.5%. Do you guys have a similar model, or how does that work?
Yeah, we have a similar model. We charge the consumer per transaction. We charge a 4% fee, and that's it. We don't charge anything else on top. And but what's more important, we don't charge anything the businesses. So if a marketplace integrates our solution, we don't charge anything. We don't charge them anything. There's no like deposits or security deposits or rolling reserves or holds. Like basically, there's no financial commitment from the B2B client side. We treat them as honorable guests that generate us transactions. So why should we charge them any money?
Makes sense. You want to foster those relationships, of course.
Yeah. We want there's only one, not a compliance. Yeah, maybe it's a compliance. There's a legal element that we do. We have to unfortunately assess what NFTs are sold. So whether they are like, do they infringe any patents, or is there any verification process for artists, or is the marketplace compliant with the IP protection laws and so on. That's the only thing that we have to do to comply with card scheme rules. They are very picky on what consumers are buying online. Like you cannot buy replicas online, and you cannot buy counterfeit items. So we're following that logic for NFTs.
Got it. What do some of your partners look like? Are you mostly working with like marketplaces? Are you working with startup companies? What does that client kind of look like from the B2B side?
The sweet spot is marketplace, because we can add a lot of value specifically to marketplaces. There's like we treat marketplaces not as a B2B clients rather than as affiliates, meaning that we don't have to do all the excessive checks and KYBs and like all that unnecessary and lengthy paperwork. And we don't require seller KYC, so the purchasing option can be enabled for any item which is on the marketplace. And the only thing is that item should be legal, right? Mm-hmm. But other than that, we treat marketplaces as a normal B2B client. We also process collections. So recently there was a company called Stables that has it's a French-based NFT product of PMU. It's one of the like really old French company, and they have like this horse project online on Tezos network, and it was their first drop, and we helped them to process a big portion of the drop through a credit card transaction. So people were they were sold out, of course, and everybody were very happy. There's very another cool drop happening today. It's a Danish from artist from Denmark. And it's not on Tezos network. It's on Concordium blockchain.
Cool. Yeah, I've worked with Concordium quite a bit. Yes. Very familiar with them.
Yeah, so there's a drop happening today. Yeah, we do
Very
that as
cool.
well.
Very cool. Is this like regional at the moment? Like, is it in the US or just
No, it's
Europe or
global.
it
We
is
can
global?
support
Okay.
we can support consumers from any country except from high risk jurisdictions and
Hmm.
those stuff. But it's like we support now 188 countries,
Oh,
including the
wow.
US. Yeah, so it's kind of a global thing.
Very cool. One more question before we kind of start wrapping up the episode. What does your guys's roadmap kind of look like this year? I know you guys have some things coming up. Is there anything you want to highlight that you want people to maybe be aware of that you guys are rolling out, or features that you guys are working on, or collaborations that you have? What do you want people to keep an eye on?
We're going to do, of course, we have a roadmap, and we're actually going to share the roadmap. And I want to make it interactive so people can vote for features, do feature requests, and do everything like in a proper startup way. I think it's going to be cool.
Mhm.
But on the roadmap, we have off ramp, this wallet thing. We have a platform for DeFi's, so people can. Okay, I'm going to sneak peek. So we want anybody to be able to sell their tokens, not just
Mhm.
NFTs, but fungible tokens as well,
Mhm.
online through an on-chain transaction. So imagine if you're a small project and you issue loyalty tokens to your clients, you want to be able to sell it, right? And you want your customers to buy it with a credit card or debit card. So we will provide a like an end-to-end platform with a very small setup fee, and anybody will be able to have an module on a website where consumers will be able to buy those fungible tokens with a card seamlessly.
That
And
sounds
it's
really
all
cool.
going to happen without the comprehensive and very expensive listings
Mhm.
on centralized exchanges. No. Yeah.
Very cool. There's a lot to look forward to. Do you guys have a community kind of built around this as well? On maybe Discord or Telegram, or you guys pretty much on
We
social media?
we are on social media. We have
Okay.
Twitter, LinkedIn, everything. We have a Discord but it's mostly for developers.
Hmm.
It's a dev resource. Um, we are starting to build the community, and yes, starting actually to become public and more accessible to people through podcasts. And we want to talk about everything. Like we have so many things to say.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a really cool solution too. I think that you guys are building out, and it can be applied in, I think, a lot of creative ways too. So it's going to be really good for community building aspects.
Yep.
Where can people go to learn more too? Is it just the website? Is that the best place, or do you
Yeah.
have
There's
documentation elsewhere?
no. It's everything is on the website. There is a docs section, so
Mhm.
there's an integration docs, and we're gonna update everything once it's ready. We have several educational things planned, like a series of articles. It's going to be cool. Like really excited.
Nice. So you plan to do like articles like on a monthly basis or weekly basis, or what does that frequency look like?
It's kind of released based on set.
Okay.
So like a set of like uh, 10 very essential articles about what is NFT, but not from the just consumer perspective, rather than from the business perspective, are aimed at product managers and innovation managers at brands to help them navigate the noise.
Nice. No, that sounds exciting. I'll look out for those articles. Be sure to send one my way too.
Sure.
Um, and then yeah, one more question now just pops into my head. How do you guys come up with the name too? Wert. Is
Oh,
that
that
significant?
yes. So this is a very good question. Actually, that's our second co-founder came up with a name.
Hmm.
Um, Unfortunately, she's not on the call. But so it's a German word for value,
Hmm.
uh,
Oh,
and yeah, and it's kind of a central word in Karl Marx' alternative economic theory. It means value, and it's very important that if you like everybody's trying to disrupt everything, right? And all the fintechs are trying to disrupt money.
Right.
But it's very important to go and learn why the things are the way they are right now, and before disrupting. Uh, Maybe there are some things that are, you know, work okay. Maybe there's some things that don't need disruption. So we want to, with all the cryptocurrency thing, it's very interesting, and it's very interesting to see how exchange value, intrinsic value, currency value are linked to each other. Because right now, like things like the dollar value, they
Mhm.
disappear. They tend to disappear, and how you store value is a very interesting thing. And what is the value itself? Like, look at what is happening right now in the world. Cryptocurrencies are like volatile, but even normal currencies are becoming volatile, and everybody is relying on dollars and euros. But it seems that in the long run, there will be something else. Maybe it will be Bitcoin, but maybe it will be something, another type of a currency that will be used as an international store of value.
What do you think that is? Just philosophically, theoretically, thinking about it, like, do you think that there will be some international global currency? Do you think it could be Bitcoin, maybe a CBDC, maybe something else? Do you have a theory?
Mm, I, to be honest, don't know, but it may be something real that, so in my opinion, money is a representation of energy, but not electricity. But you've done some work, uh, you've spent some energy, and it's time based, but also energy based, right? You've done some work. I mean, you've invented something,
Hmm.
or you've cut some grass, but still you've done some work, and uh, you've spent some energy. And for me, money is kind of an accumulation of reward that you get for the energy that you've spent. So it's kind of like a manifestation of a human capital thing. So I think there are going to be a lot of different types of money in the world. We're moving towards something else, not a dollar-based economy, but probably something multi-currency world. And it's all going to be fluid, meaning that you'll have to be in contact with what's happening, so to shift quickly from one thing to another.
Yeah, I think fluid and multi are good words to use. You see it in cryptocurrency, like there's thousands and thousands of them. Last time I checked, there's like 10, 15, 20,000. It's crazy. And the number just keeps going up every single year. And with fiat evolving and getting more liquid and fluid as well, whether it's through digital sovereign currencies or CBDCs or something like the digital yuan or a digital dollar or digital euro, everything will move so much faster and so much seamlessly. And I think it would be crazy to think that it's not going to be like a multi-currency world. So I think there'll be a little bit of everything for the most part. Yeah.
I also think that there's one thing, crypto liberated money in a way that
Hmm.
you can move your money the way you want to, and you can store it the way you want to, and nobody can take it away from you. But there will be another blockchain technology will liberate assets. And I'm talking about not only tokenization, but not only tokenization of unlisted assets, but also listed assets. For example, there will be tokens which are linked to not to USD, rather than to a price of Apple stock,
Right.
and is going to change the way we invest, store, and change everything, and how programmatic it can be. And you can program your portfolio to do a daily payout to your crypto wallet, and then link that crypto wallet to a instant issue prepaid card. So whenever there's a, I don't know, daily appreciation, you go and spend it.
Absolutely. I actually saw this really interesting article by an analyst at Citigroup the other day where they're talking about how they believe, most of the financial and asset markets in the world will be fully tokenized by like 2030, like in the next 10 years. It's really fascinating to think about because if that happens, the idea of money kind of changes in a lot of ways. Like it's, you're spending gold or you're spending oil, you're spending uranium potentially backed by a token. And it sounds crazy to think about like, oh, I can't buy a coffee with uranium, but you could.
You can. Yeah.
You could.
And that's the beauty of it. Like tokenization and everything is fluid, and it's a multi-currency world. And also, just imagine how easy and cheap it will be to manage your money. And, all the revenues that are earned by big financial companies, not only banks, but mutual fund managers and pension managers, all those little fees that they charge, they accumulate to billions of dollars per year. And with smart contracts and programmable money, a big portion of it will disappear. It's kind of a, like trillion, like, I don't know, billions of dollars in revenue. You don't want to spend it anymore. I mean, everybody, it's a win-win for everybody. So yeah, it's very interesting.
That's fascinating. We're moving into a very interesting era. I think a lot of people like the debit, like the fourth industrial revolution, but it's more like the financial revolution in a lot of ways. I don't know. It's fascinating.
It is. It is.
Anyways, George, really appreciate you taking the time and sharing what you guys are doing with Wert. I think you guys have a really fantastic product and use case, and I'm excited to see you guys grow and expand it. So thank you for sharing it today.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.